Welcome everybody, my name is Apple.
And I'm Snivy.
Okay, this is a podcast where two friends with too much free time just talk about the things they love. And this week's topic is Pixar films.
Did you just say Pixar?
Pixar.
Did you
Was I pronouncing it?
It's Pixar. It's like Pixar. How do you read
know
that
what?
wrong? There's no T.
Oh my
What
god.
is wrong? No wonder you spelled it wrong earlier when you're Google searching it. You internalized it wrong to begin with.
I'm not a native English speaker.
That's bullshit. You speak English to me more than fucking any other language. Anyway, we're gonna go through this tier list and rank our favorite Pixar films today. So, I'm curious, Apple.
Pixar.
Have you watched most of these films, right? You have watched most of these films, I'm assuming.
Yeah. I would say most of it. Maybe just one or two I haven't.
Which ones have you not watched?
I haven't watched Soul yet. Oh, yeah. I haven't watched Toy Story 4 also. And then Bug's Life also. I don't think I've watched it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure we both have enough opinions for most, if not all, the films. I have definitely watched all the films. The upcoming Elementals, I'm looking forward to it coming out this year, possibly. I don't know yet. I haven't seen too many ads for it, but I hope it's good.
Cool.
Yeah, it's like Inside Out, but fire. Yeah.
No, there's like elemental racism or something.
I know.
Also.
I know. There's more than that. I know. Okay, there's more than that. That's my joke. Is that it just look like Inside Out with fire? What if we give feelings to elements?
Oh my god.
Right, that's like the typical joke where everybody says how Pixar writes their films or conceptualizes them is what if X has feelings? Right? What if feelings had feelings? All right, let's start from the first one. So we're going through film. We're not gonna go too detailed compared to like when we did the Kill Annie or the Kill Annie tier list, because that one was very very thorough, like going through everything. Here we're mainly focusing on our base impressions on like why do you want to watch this film or not, and where they rank on the tier list, right? So we're going with chronological order this time. First film, everybody should know this. It's Toy Story. Released in 1995, it was the first major feature-length CG animated film in the world. It's feature-length, by the way. So, Toy Story, what do you think about it, Apple? Do you still like Toy Story today? In comparison to the others?
It's not one of my favorites, but I enjoy it. It's
makes sense, right?
It's like an okay watch, you know. If it's on the plane, I'll watch it.
It's still a pretty fun watch.
Yeah.
It is the most basic, like simple film out of this lineup, because like Pixar has gotten way better across the years, both in like narrative writing and also freaking like the rendering is getting more and more beautiful every time. So I think it's fair to say everybody might agree that Toy Story is not the most preferred in the series, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but Toy Story 1, I have to give props to its legacy, because it's still really good for like its time. People need to accept that it's pretty old, but it has a pretty decent story. So obviously, Buzz Lightyear, the action figure, is now like the new toy in the scene in Andy's room. That's the setting of the location. So in this world, toys have feelings. Jokingly, yes, but it's still true. Toys have feelings. So this new toy is like an invasive species. This bitch ass taking my owner. I don't like him. That's the whole point of Woody and like Buzz's main conflict in the first film. Wasn't really a rivalry because Buzz didn't really care. Buzz was just like, hello, sheriff, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, is this a new planet? This looks very different from my world. Ooh, slightly bouncy, the bed. Ooh. But yeah, like this was pretty good introduction to all the cast. One thing I feel like sad about looking back is that a lot of the toys in this film, besides the central cast, we move on from them because toys will wear down. They don't come back for the second film or the third film. So like let's say Obviously, Bo Peep doesn't come back for the third film. Jesse that is not here in the first film. A lot of, people change. Like Andy changes. He likes new toys across time. So, the first film, base cast, we got our piggy bank. I forgot his name. We got Rex the dinosaur. We got the freaking Mr. Potato Head who freaking roasts everybody.
Got the Slinky dog.
Slinky is pretty good. We got this film exclusively has the army guys. The bucket of men.
Yeah.
And also Buzz had a really strong introduction in this movie with doing I believe I can fly, and then getting fucked I can't fly. Turns out I'm not a space ranger, And the main storyline for Toy Story 1 is these two have a conflict. Woody is the leader of the Andy's room community, and because Buzz is now hogging the spotlight, everybody likes him because he's the cool new space toy. You are a toy, But Buzz didn't know that. Buzz believes internally that he is a space ranger. He just happens to have Andy's writing on his foot because this primordial being has blessed him with his name or something.
My god. Yeah.
But the point was that after that quarrel, shit went to the fan, everybody betrayed Woody, and now because they think Woody killed Buzz. Oh my god, get him out of here. So kick him off, and I'm okay, and then now the journey is Buzz and Woody needs to get back to Andy before he leaves to move. He moves out, right? So oh shit, they get back, and now they're best friends forever. Let's go. That's it for the film. You
got a friend in me.
Yeah. And I don't know, Randy Goodman. I think that song's sung by Randy Goodman, if I'm not mistaken. You Got a Friend in Me is pretty iconic to the franchise. No?
Yeah.
But the quick question today: where are we putting this on the tier list?
Yeah.
Flawed but meh, enjoyable but flawed, very enjoyable. I think it's enjoyable but flawed.
Really?
No, because we need to look forward a bit. There's a lot more that's better, as you mentioned. Where did you want to put it in awesome?
I wanted to put it in great. I
think very enjoyable should be.
It's the first movie that Pixar made, and for a first movie, damn,
it's pretty good.
But yeah, but we're looking at a viewer standpoint on the watchability, isn't it? Right?
Yeah, the context matters, but I think in this case we're ranking it on a tier list where you want some hot takes. So we put it in the middle. I think a middle, but because it's the first one, I would put it in very enjoyable maximum.
Alright.
Because the other films are just better.
Yeah. Very enjoyable. Yeah.
Seems about right.
Okay. I have that song
film.
stuck in my head.
Yeah, I think if Pixar is on your mind, that song just comes in normal. If not, it's Ratatouille's
that or ups the opening. Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah. It's and then you start tearing up.
Dun, dun, dun. Yeah.
Oh yeah, if you guys haven't noticed, we're on cam. Okay, it's been a while. It's 3 months since we were on cam. We're doing a remote recording today, so hope you guys enjoy. This might be because Apple just got a new camera. She wants to do this. I was telling her I want to record it on remote podcast episodes since last year, but she now only got a camera, so pretty good, right? Pretty good. Hope if you guys have any thoughts ew, it looks nice or it can be better or whatever, tell us in the comments below. All right,
you can see my setup and stuff.
Yeah, look at that stuff. Ooh, beautiful lights and shit,
Yeah. Okay.
I actually can't see anything. All right, next one is A Bug's Life, released in, if I'm not mistaken, in 1998. Ooh, okay. So 1998, it's 1 year older than me. Sheesh. But yeah,
these
A
first
Bug's
few
Life,
films, I haven't been born yet.
You didn't exist.
Yeah,
you didn't exist. You literally weren't even a cell. But yeah, A Bug's Life
I was a sperm.
is the second. I think let's say the context is that during this time, Pixar wanted eventually to be able to make stories about humans. But the thing is, the technology is still not capable of rendering realistically looking or like exaggerated cartoony humans yet. They will get there by like
Oh.
2004 with The Incredibles. So A Bug's Life is like, okay, we went from toys, they look very plasticky because at the time the rendering engine wasn't strong enough to render like pores and like subsurface scattering. And those of you who don't know, these terms don't matter. Just like how do you make skin look realistic? So bugs are exoskeletons, right? They're hard, they're very like relatively coaty surfaces.
Okay.
And makes a lot of sense to render bugs next. So again, the joke is, now what if bugs have feelings? So the point about A Bug's Life story, Apple hasn't watched it. I watched it when I was young. I really don't rate this show that high, but it's pretty much about colonialism and it's not terrorism, it's colonialism, if I'm not mistaken. Like these praying mantises, if I'm not mistaken, that's the race. I don't know if they're praying mantises or not because they're cartoons. They don't look like praying mantises anymore. Yeah. But they're like crickets or mantises, whatever, right? They basically, this ant colony, the main character is like an adventurous spirit who wants to veer out of just the ant farm. Meets a circus of bugs, which is really weird. Like there's a pill bug, there's like a fat ass caterpillar, there's like a ladybug, and like this bunch of people. Him meeting these bunch of people, bringing them back to the colony is like, wow, we can live something more interesting. This is based on my very, very old memory of the film, guys. I haven't watched this film like more than 10 years. But A Bug's Life's main thing in terms of the conflict is that these mantises are like, we will fuck you up, basically. Damn. So, and then they riot back at them. I haven't watched this since I became an adult, so who knows? There may be like way deeper context behind the fucking film. But A Bug's Life.
That's actually something very interesting. Like, this movie released in 1998, right?
Mm-hmm.
In the same year, DreamWorks released Ants.
The context from what I understand about that is like after
Toy
Story and Disney, right? Disney had a staff who became DreamWorks' like founder / CEO.
Yeah, I heard that story before.
So here's the thing: before The Incredibles, if I'm not mistaken, was like Pixar was still like just founded under Steve Jobs, still relatively independent as a studio before they were taken in by like Disney, right? So here in this time, they were directly fighting to make something similar to what Pixar or Disney has been making. Like, let's say, if Disney was making a princess movie, DreamWorks went and fucking made Shrek, which didn't come first. They came like, it is their magnum opus, but it didn't come first, right? A lot of the films initially was like, from what I understand, the CEO of like DreamWorks was like wanting to spite them. I want to make something directly competing against you guys. So let me know in the comments below if my story is relatively accurate. All right. So A Bug's Life. You haven't watched it, but if I wanted to rate it, it's enjoyable but flawed for me. It's not a film I really want to go back to. It's kind of forgettable overall.
Oh damn.
It's okay. It's an okay watch. Like if you want to watch it one time. There's some memorable points. Like the freaking fat ass caterpillar in the middle of the film, he became a chrysalis. And then
I think I saw a clip
evolved into a beautiful butterfly with an Indian accent, I think. I don't remember.
Oh my god.
But the funniest thing is that the butterfly wings was so tiny. That his fat ass body just like he flew like 5 feet across the relative floor because they're like bugs, right? They don't fly that high. But in the film, it looks like he fly like a decent height, body height. But all right. So I would rate it as enjoyable but flawed. I wouldn't say Pixar has any really bad films, but okay lah. I think it kind of fine if I put it on flawed but meh, because I think it's pretty mid, to be fair. Is there a reason for you to watch this? Fuck, I can't say shit.
Is there a reason to watch this?
I don't have a big reason for you to watch this, to be honest. So yeah, I guess flawed but meh is like reasonable. If you're a fan of Pixar enough to go through the catalog, it's a fine watch. But if you're not like a direct fan of Pixar, I don't think you have to watch it. It's fine. Right,
honestly, I'm looking at pictures of like some Bug's Life, right? They look so creepy, some of the bugs.
Yeah, a kind of uncanny.
It's kind of, yeah,
understandable.
uncanny valley a bit. Damn.
Yeah, but that's the limitations of the time. So I get it. Right. So
Yeah, like the kids in Toy Story also.
I like Andy. He looks like a
No,
old, like
not
no
Sid?
wait. He looks like
Wait,
a
no,
Coco
not Sid.
Melon. Like if Coco Melon was in the
Oh!
2000s.
I
Coco Melon
I
is
get what
more
you
modern,
mean.
but Coco Melon's animation is pretty shit. So I think it's like Toy Story, like A Bug's Life is better than Coco Melon, but the rendering engine is about the same.
Hmm. So,
Flawed but meh. I think that's fair.
Alright. Alright.
All right, next one.
Okay.
Toy Story 2. Ooh.
Ooh.
This one is like, I rate this like pretty high, personally, pretty high.
Okay.
It's not the pinnacle, but it's pretty high. What do you think about this one?
Yeah.
Okay, so Toy Story 2's main story. Well, I'll let Apple think. I'll let Apple think for now. Okay, Toy Story 2's main story
I'm looking.
is that now that
Oh,
Andy is
Woody.
growing up.
Yeah.
Right, okay, you continue. You say.
So now that like Andy's growing up and stuff, right? During this time, he's like a teenager, was he?
He's like about 13, 14. He would
Okay,
think.
that's like, yeah. That's like peak
Young
teenager
teen.
age.
That's a
Young
tween.
teen.
He's a
Tween,
twink.
yeah. Oh no, not twink.
I don't know what
Okay.
twink means.
No, you can be anything you want. So when Andy is basically a tween or something, right? I actually don't know that much apart, but I remember that Woody is kidnapped by like a toy collector, and basically the other toys have to
right.
try and go out and fight him and stuff. Yeah.
Okay, so narratively, Toy Story 2 was a rescue mission as
1999.
his movie. Yo, I'm as old as now. Toy Story 2, let's go. So Toy
I'm
Story
still
2, the story starts off with a yard sale. Andy is growing up, but the whole family
Yeah.
just wants to get rid of shit, right? So Woody saw like one of the friends, like a toy, a penguin toy called like Squeakers or something. I don't remember the name. But he was like, he fell into the box meant for the yard sale. He wasn't supposed to be there because like they would be content with like the toys that were picked by Andy, saying like he doesn't need them, he sells them to somebody else. But Squeakers wasn't meant to be there because he was literally like lost, dusty as fuck, forgotten, and he just peeled it up. This doesn't look like something he used. The mother just took it and put it in the yard sale. So Andy was like, dog, help me save this guy. And then they go downstairs on the fucking dog and it's like, go save the guy. He managed to save the squeaking toy and then gets found by this guy who was a avid collector of like vintage toys. Because Woody is technically a toy from the if we're basing the film time period is 90s, right? The Woody is come from the 50s. Let's say that lah, right? He's a cowboy toy marketed in the like the black and white and like very sepia like light like coloring type of days, based on the footage of it, the quote unquote Woody's Roundup cartoon series of the freaking like in-lore show. You know, if you've seen they watched the show in the collector's room, right?
Yeah.
So the point of like the whole thing was that the collector collected Woody, thinking that he's, oh my god, this is a vintage. I'ma call up my guy, fix him up, and maybe sell him for a bit for like thousands of dollars. Like holy shit, right? So like he took it literally. I believe he didn't pay for him, and he ran off with him. Because technically, the mother knows Woody is like beloved by Andy, so like he wouldn't have sold him. The mother actually told the guy he's not available for sale. Sorry, but then she put it in her pocket. And then Woody, I think, fell out or something, and he took it and like fucked off, you know. So the whole mission was like, Buzz is like, we have to save Woody. He's taken by the fucking chicken guy or whatever. Like because they were like,
wait,
right? Because this guy, the collector, also works at a toy store, like a very famous like toy store in the world in that story, and like Al's Toy Barn, quote unquote, right? So they were like, I saw that guy's face on TV once, and then like Ham was like mashing the freaking like remote. Oh my god, where's the TV? And right, they found the guy and it's like, that's the store we need to go. So they go to the store. It was a very fun misadventure, like crossing roads and stuff all the way to get to the store. So they got there, and then Buzz has this fucking like double existential crisis, like, oh my god, there's so many buzzers here. What the hell? And then one buzz tries to freaking like do identity fraud, like, I'm your buzz. You know, the fucking shit happened. But the point was, the main conflict of this story is that Andy is growing up. Eventually, he won't need us. So Woody's conflict was that, do I want to be remembered forever as this prestige toy? Get sold off in pristine condition? Because like one of the triggering points of the story was that his arm was literally falling off. And he was supposed to fix him up. But before he could, he went and saved everybody. When he went to save Squeakers, he was actually had like a half broken arm, so which is a problem. Right? So he managed to save him. But his broken arm got fixed while he was there at the collector's place, because obviously you can't sell thousands of dollars for a broken ass doll, right? So Toy Story 2's whole conflict is like, your owner is aging up. Do you want to stay with your owner for as long as possible, or want to be remembered as, and technically you're not played with, you want to be remembered for as long as possible, right? Yeah, so that is the conflict of that story. And then he meets Jessie and the whole like other toys in the series of like the Woody's
the same series,
run-up series. Like they got
The horse
Jessie,
also.
they got the horse. I forgot the horse's name. Oh,
And then the
Bullseye,
old
right?
man.
Bullseye, and then the prospector. So like the prospector prospector basically became the villain, because his desire 100% is he wants to be remembered. He doesn't want to get dumped at again. You know, he doesn't want that feeling ever again. So he would rather be preserved and put on like a pedestal, like a freaking museum or something. That's what he wants. But Jessie is like in between. She really misses the feeling of like having an owner loving you and caring for you. So Toy Story 2 is pretty good, right? That's the summary of the story. Damn, I talked for too long. And we're only on the third fucking film. Alright, I should stop talking too much. So, Toy Story 2.
At the end there, am I like thinking of this scenario, or like didn't the collector send Woody off to Japan or something?
Yeah, to be honest,
Yeah,
even though they
right?
made it, right? They managed to convince Woody, but they managed to reach Woody when he was in the room. But at the time, Woody would turn their backs on the gang, right? It was like, I think I want to be with these guys, right? But then the prospector was like, you should have went with them, man. And then just locks up the thing, doesn't let him go. And now it's like, oh fuck, I don't want to be with you anymore. Fuck off, right? So you want to take Jessie and run off. Because after he decides to like, I want to stay with them, Woody, right? And then he suddenly is like, I think I want to go back. And then convinces Jessie and Bullseye to go back. And then now the prospector's like, wait, if you guys are going back, I'm going to be stuck on the box forever. And then they didn't manage to get out of there in time. And the collector picked them up and put it in a box and sent them off. And well, get fucked collector. You went to Tokyo and like, oh shit, there's nothing in this box. Because the prospector also ended up with a fucking like kid in the end. Really funny. But yeah, so Toy Story 2, pretty good. Where would you rate this? I'm gonna stop going too detailed, but I just love the Toy Story franchise too much. I will avoid doing this with 3 and 4, just the layman's details. If not, this is gonna be a very long episode. Because we're already like 20 minutes and we're already only in the third one. Toy Story 2, I would rate this as great.
Really?
It's great.
I thought you were about to rate it as awesome.
No, I have better films. Toy Story 3 is better.
Yeah, I would agree also. Yeah, great. Okay.
It's great. Like I said, Toy Story franchise is like solid AF. Solid AF.
Yeah. I haven't watched Toy Story 4 though.
You should. Toy Story 4 is more divisive because like a lot of people view 3 as the perfect finale. I think 4 has its place. I don't know about 5 yet though. Toy Story 5 is coming for some reason.
Oh, damn.
Monsters Inc. is a pretty good film. To be fair, everybody views like the ages of like the Toy Story 2 to like to all the way to Toy Story 3, like between the next 10 years as like the golden age of Pixar films. Every film is fucking amazing. Maybe not Cars, to them. I will get into that later. So Monster Universe,
Yeah,
not Monster Universe, Monsters Inc.
Yeah.
is about what if monsters has feelings. I'm gonna keep repeating that. shit, monsters has feelings, and so this world is a very unique world where the energy that they need to run their cities, their towns, their ecosystem is powered by scares, screams by like human kids, right? So they have this like interdimensional door where they travel to as a job to scare the kids so that they can fuel the economy and the fucking system. So these two accidentally, Sully was like, he sees Randall, the rival of the two, accidentally go overtime at like 12 a.m. or something, go into this room trying to like kidnap a kid for infinite resource. So Sully was like, why is this room here? Walks in the door, is like, what is going on? And then suddenly a kid grabs him, is like, it's like, oh my god, because in this world they're mistaken that kids are poisonous. They will kill you if they touch you, you know.
Oh yeah.
Right. So the whole point was that now they have this kid, right? It's like it's fucked. It's a mistake. The kid is here, but Sully and Mike Wazowski, famous Mike Wazowski. Yeah, she famously, they all bonded together. Like now they love Boo. That's what they called her. Technically, she didn't know how to speak. She was like 3 or 4. I don't know how the hell the parents didn't say anything for like 2 days that she was gone, but you know. So it's like the whole goal of the story is we need to get Boo back to her world, wherever it is, right? Maybe it's like France or something. I don't fucking know. But throughout the whole point was that there was like conspiracies, corruption, rivalries, enemies, and all that shit. It's a pretty exciting story, and the setting is just very unique. And I think this world that Pixar has made has been really, really well, because even the series on Disney Plus is pretty good. It's pretty good. Some people say Monsters University, which is the prequel. I will get into that when it comes, but some people say that's not as good. I agree it's not as good, but looking back at it, there's a lot of meaning behind Monsters University that sets up for Monsters Inc. I actually currently believe Monsters U is pretty okay, pretty good. It's still not Monsters Inc. level though. You have to watch some video essays to get the meaning out of it. But, yeah.
Oh, alright.
Right, so Monsters Inc. where to rate it. I wonder where Apple would rate it. Do you watch this one? You haven't actually said what you think about this film.
I actually really enjoyed like the world Monster Inc. like in the first movie, right? For Monsters University, I really didn't really get it that much. Yeah,
because you're not in university at the time.
I really enjoyed like the interactions between Boo and Mike Wazowski and Sully. Like it was really sweet. Yeah,
Remember the scene where they're in their house? Is like they're like, stay away, and then like something actually slams on Mike's hand. Is like, ah.
Oh yeah.
He made the whole area is like cry, like his whole room was like overly exposed with the lights and everything. And then she actually made like Boo cry, and now Boo making the whole city fucking cry. Like goddamn.
Yeah.
Power move, like, guys.
The scene with like all the doors like sliding around. What is it? It's like
the back door of the whole system was pretty cool. Yeah, it's a really good set piece.
Yeah, very very cool. I'll put it in great.
I'll put it in grade 2. It's actually pretty. I don't know if it's better than Toy Story 2, but it's pretty good. It's great.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Finding
all right,
Nemo.
Let's go. Okay.
So I asked you the question: have you found Nemo yet? Well, I
have.
Because Nemo is right there. I know. I'm asking the audience. Doesn't have to be you. I'm staring at the camera.
Oh.
But yeah, Nemo is a pretty fun romp. Looking back, Nemo isn't that particular good. Yes, fish does have feelings. I don't actually think Nemo's that good in retrospect, because compared to like The Incredibles or Ratatouille or WALL-E or Toy Story the series, it's not as good. This might be a hot take for y'all fucking nostalgic motherfuckers out there, but I think Nemo is okay.
Yeah, I have the same take.
Damn, she agrees.
I think
Now, why would
Oh,
you
yeah.
think it's just okay?
I prefer Shark Tales.
She likes Will Smith voice.
Sexy fish.
Oh my god, I hate. I don't know. I cannot take the cringe at the time. At the time, Shark Tales was like, what the fuck is all of this shit?
Yeah, I just find it more funnier, but yeah, I guess.
I mean, it is a comedy. Like Finding Nemo is not a comedy, so I can see why. So Finding
the Sun.
Nemo is about Finding Nemo.
Yeah.
And the credits.
Wait, what's the father's name?
His name
Marvin?
is Merlin. Merlin.
Oh shit, not Marvin.
Marvin Law. All right, so Nemo, they're like clownfish, right? Nemo and Merlin are clownfish. He's a single dad. Mother probably like died or something. All the eggs were eaten by a predator when like he was still an egg, right? Nemo, and the last one left was Nemo. So like Merlin lost his wife and the potential kids. He had to protect the last one, which the egg was kind of cracked at the time, which explains Nemo's like tiny fin. Like he's kind of like half impaired in a sense. He can't swim the best. So here we start off in the setting of like Merlin bringing Nemo to school, preschool if I'm not mistaken, preschool, and then accidentally gets taken, quote unquote. To them it's kidnapping, right? Kidnapped by a diver who literally just is most likely a hobbyist diver that literally just picked up Nemo to go back and like put it in his like fish tank or whatever, right? Because I don't believe there was any transaction that happened in the film. This was literally just, I found this cute fish. Ooh, let me take it back with me. And then bye bye dad. And then dad is like travels the whole entire ocean to and finds this friend called Dory. I don't even know if she's a Dory fish or not, but he found a lady called Dory, and Dory told him, I know where that is, Sydney. So like Sydney. He reads the mask that was dropped by the diver, and then it read property blah 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 location at Sydney. So the only word she can read was Sydney, so it's like, it's probably at Sydney. I still don't know how the hell they found the place, because the fucking like the pelican was like, I know where your son Nemo is. I'm like, huh? I know. It was like word went throughout the world, right? I think one of the catalysts of that moment was like after a lot of misadventures of like the anglerfish, the jellyfish shit turtles? And everything. He told the turtles the story, so the turtles spread it around like a fucking like, yo, have you heard my homie's story? He traveled the whole ocean to find his fucking son, bruh. You have to listen to this story. And then somehow the pelicans heard of it. And then the pelicans found Merlin and it's like, I know where your son is, bruh. Yeah, very Aussie, I know. He's literally it's in Sydney, it's no shit, right? So he brought him to the dentistry where Nemo is at. And then shark fin, hoo ha ha, you know, those of you know. He basically was trying to escape the filtration system through the filtration. It became like a like stealth film for some reason. It's like, you have to do this, throw this rock here, and then you escape. And then he escaped, right? And then every shit happened. The freaking niece of the dentist was like there for like a checkup, and he was tapping the freaking fish the whole time. And because the dentist wanted to gift the niece Nemo as a gift because she's cute, right? But the niece had a bad habit of like, why are you sleeping?
Yeah.
Right? It just shakes the fucking fish till they fucking die, basically.
Yeah, she's crazy.
So what Nemo decided to do was fake death. And then like now he's supposed to be thrown out. But you would think that you were thrown out to the sea by like drain or like toilet or whatever. No. The dentist almost throws it out to the rubbish bin. So what did they do?
God.
The pelican flew into the fucking room, distracted everybody. Now he flies. Nemo gets launched into the fucking the sink, splashes, and then like manages to escape. So that one's funny. I'm not gonna go any more deeper than that. So the point is that Nemo gets found by his father, and now the story is a fucking legend. All right. So anyway.
Okay.
So have you found Nemo yet? Yeah. I don't know why I keep going so deep, but yeah, I think that one was pretty fast. Nemo, I think it's very enjoyable, but that's about it. I think it's about on par with Toy Story 1, to be honest, in terms of enjoyability for me. it's not on the same level as Monsters Inc. and Toy Story 2. So do you
Yeah.
agree with that rating, or like where else would you put
I
it?
would put it. Very enjoyable.
Yeah, I would put it at very enjoyable. That's all.
I did agree, but below Toy Story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think Nemo has any major flaws. That's why I wouldn't rate it as enjoyable but flawed.
I mean, compared to
I already
Finding
know what
Dory-
film I want to put there already. We'll get to that. Alright, we still got like 20 fucking films left. Okay, let's speed this up. The Incredibles
Yeah, let's
is
go, let's
incredible. Alright, The Incredibles
Yes.
is incredible. So they brought in Brad Bird, a very like prolific, he was an animator who knows his craft. He wanted to direct a film. So that's my story. I know he's an animator. So when they bring Brad Bird in, they managed to create like a more like flexible muscular system for the characters to animate in, and that helps them become like actual humans. So obviously the Parr family is the main characters of this film. They are superheroes before superheroes were cool, guys. I stare at you. This is 2004, not 2008. So The Incredibles is pretty good. The main central story is about the family drama of miscommunication, wanting to relive the old days of when they were good, when they were famous, and like also racial like superhero powers are bad. You guys need to go into hiding. You know, it's like a refugee system, right? So they live in a world in the 1940s or 50s where superheroes are frowned upon because they are like a nuisance to society. You save the world, but you ruin our fucking roads, our traffics, our buildings. Why has none of the freaking like Marvel movies tell this story ever again? I know they did once with like Homecoming, but that was not strong enough. Anyway, Incredibles, the
They did
superpowers
it
were
with
cool. What's the villain name? Fucking
Syndrome.
Syndrome is pretty
Yeah.
cool villain. He's saying, "Oh
You
my
sure?
god, you caught me monologuing." You know, that's a pretty good scene. It was a pretty meta narrative like character, to be honest.
Yeah.
Cause like they were actively like twisting the superhero formula just a bit, you know. So like, yeah, because the tropes is like villains always monologue for like 30 fucking minutes for some reason, while the hero just stands there. This time, the hero doesn't just stand there and tries to fight back. He couldn't do shit, but he tried to fight back. And I think Syndrome is a pretty good villain. And he said a lot of things that still matter to the society to this day. When everyone's super, no one is. Which is still true, because like that's why not everybody can stand out. Because if everybody stands out, who the hell is everyone's normal now? For one, right? And like there's a lot of system. Obviously, Syndrome supposedly he's a pretty rich guy. I think he made it successful. And now it's like, I want to force my ego on everyone. Let me make a big killer robot, kill all the superheroes, and now you, my hero from the past, I need them. They sacrificed their lives so I can beat you. Right? Because the story was like they went through like over 18 villains, like superheroes, just to make a robot strong enough that can potentially beat Mr. Incredible. But yeah, it's a pretty strong story. I think this one is a film that I would rate as awesome. What about you, Apple?
For me, I really like the aspects of like rather than the whole hero villain thing that was going on, I like looking at their family. Like their family is pretty flawed. Not gonna lie.
They are they have a lot of communication problems. A lot of like slight neglect. Obviously, Bob doesn't fucking like his job. No shit. Helen hasn't really had this like reason. I feel like they were like on the verge of divorce eventually.
Divorcing, yeah. And
Like-
didn't
then
Bob
the kids
almost
weren't
had
as
like a
happy.
affair with the silver hair?
Nah.
Are you sure? Okay.
Nah. I trust Bob.
Nah.
Nobody
You
fucking
trust
fights
Bob?
for the guy here. I fight for Bob, bro. Bob didn't. Was Mirage that sexy? I don't know, man. But
She was.
Nah. She's try hard as fuck. Okay.
Okay. And
I can see why. Okay, I can see why. Helen is like, you just did something with that woman. Like you were too close to her. No. You don't want to touch my hip now. Huh? You can't fucking say this. Bitch ass, you ain't touching me after that. So yeah, The Incredibles I would rate as awesome.
Yeah. Also, the way Syndrome got treated is kind of funny, like the cape.
It was pretty much like retribution and karma, like things that he did to other fucking heroes. Also, the soundtrack to The Incredibles is so fucking good, bro. Holy shit. Like so fucking poppin'. Holy shit. Man. It's so memorable. Like when I was in a high school band, everybody loved that fucking song. We played that in a marching band actually. It's pretty good.
Ooh.
But yeah, next fucking film is the fucking Beep Beep Cars no ka-chow, you know?
Ka-chow.
Have you heard of our Lord and Savior Lightning McQueen? But yeah, Lightning McQueen is a pretty flawed but like pretty good. I think Cars is pretty good. It's not. I think it's slightly better than Finding Nemo. It's not great. It's not like better than Monsters Inc. It's not at that tier, but I think it's very enjoyable. Now, why I say this? For one, this was a time when Pixar went and researched and asked like Porsche, Lamborghini, how to design cars that look like they can drive really fast while having these big ass eyes and mouths and all that funny thing. Yeah, the designs for the cars are pretty slick, to be honest. There's like the main love interest is a fucking Porsche. So she's hot to Lightning McQueen, not to me. Okay, I don't like cars. Fuck cars. I don't want to fuck
cars.
Anyway.
You want fuck cars? Okay.
No. But yeah, you know what I'm saying. But Cars as a film, I think Cars 1 is the best one out of the three. No shot. It's pretty capped. But Cars 1 is all about like, is this guy washed? And then he got he was pretty high in his head with his ego at the time, right? Like Lightning McQueen's whole flaw was that I am speed. You know? Right? He thought he could win and then he gets fucked. So he gets fucked in terms of like social status, I guess. Now other people are like, because he lost a lot of stuff in terms of like reputation, maybe sponsors. He just didn't have a chance to prove himself properly. So, and also his ego is really bad. So in this like fated moment where he was accidentally like left at the road, you know, because he was like, we have to reach the destination faster. He told his truck driver Mac to not rest. We need to get there as fast as possible so that I can practice. And then what happens? Lightning was asleep in the truck, and then Mac was fucking like dozing off on the fucking like on the road. They're sentient cars, okay? So it's like the door accidentally opens because this fucking like doll of like Lightning McQueen fell on the fucking like a switch that opens the door, and now he fucking rolls out of the fucking truck, and now accidentally like he was going the wrong way on the highway, right? And then it's like accidentally drives all the way into Radiator Springs, which is a pretty good location. I played the fucking the tie-in game, the movie tie-in game Cars. It's a pretty fun racing game. The whole point was that this is a very down-to-earth, like backwater fucking town that teaches Lightning McQueen a very good lesson on community, living, being humble, and like the things you can learn from people you look down on.
Yes.
Yeah, so Lightning McQueen became a pretty good character, and his like climax is that even though he could have won the race, the big race, he let this guy win, his big rival, to be a good sportsman, right? To give sportsmanship to the guy that crashed due to the rival's bad sportsmanship. So now people have way more respect for Lightning McQueen as a racer and as a character. So pretty good. I think it's pretty good. The music's also pretty good. The racing scenes across the freaking like valleys, it looks so good, man. It still looks good to this day. Let's be honest. I would rate it as very enjoyable. Is it better than Toy Story? I would say in the middle of Nemo and Toy Story.
Ooh.
That's where I would put it. I don't know. Do you agree?
Well, there's one thing about the car series. Like since I was young, you know, it's always been in my mind. The functionality of like a car society, you know?
We don't question that shit, Apple.
I questioned it since I was young.
You gotta be like,
every
where's
trilogy,
the engine place when it's like at their noses, and where's the fucking mouth cavity, and where's the like, what the hell is these eyes? What's inside them? But this is like bullshit lore
like
shit,
I'm overthinking everything, but oh well, story's alright.
Yeah. So again,
I find
Cars Have
yeah.
Feelings. Do you like the film?
Cars Have
You tell us
Feelings.
down below in the comments below.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Now the next one.
It's a fan favorite.
Omelette du fromage. No, just kidding. That one.
Nah,
this one
that's not.
This one is our local fucking anyone can cook. Ratatouille is fucking good, bruh. One, it makes me hungry. Two, it's fucking beautiful. Three, it has a really good underdog story for like anyone can cook.
Rats.
A rat can cook. Technically, you can't because rats are like you get like
Not safe.
you get like banned. You have fucking rat infection here, but that's what happens in the film. So the whole point was that this location is France, right? This location is France, and then like like Remy the rat found passion watching Gusteau, which is a famous French chef, of like anyone can cook, and Remy has this special talent to like visualize the flavors and how they can blend together in like food, right? He can smell poison for one. That's very useful for rats. Two is that he can 100% feel like these are the right ingredients for this thing I'm making. The first thing we see is that he tried to use lightning to cook fucking a meal on the rooftop, and that got them fucked and like them flowing all the way to Paris. So in Paris, the first place he accidentally finds himself in, if I'm not mistaken, wasn't exactly Gusteau's restaurant. They found himself in like an apartment in Paris. And he saw, that's my fucking hero's restaurant. Oh my god! So he went all the way there and like to fucking scout it out. Obviously, no fucking chef wants rats in their room, their fucking kitchen. So they tried to kill him. But after, Remy was like, okay, here's the thing. Our main secondary character is Linguini. He's technically
Not pasta.
the child of Gusteau, who Gusteau never really knew. Maybe like Gusteau had like a fucking affair or something. Who the hell knows,
Oh my
right?
god.
He's dead. Alright, he's dead. But Linguini worked there as like an intern or like a fucking janitor. So one time he actually like pushed the soup off the fucking stove and like, oh shit, I need to salvage this. He pours off random shit in the fucking stove and like Remy goes past it and it's like, disgusting, what the fuck? And then he's like, I'm gonna fix this shit up. God hands. Oh, let me do this shit. And he makes something really good. But of course, after everybody's like, rat! Oh shit, a rat!
Oh shit.
So yeah, they caught him, but Linguini was like, you made magic, little friend, little buddy, you know? And then he decided one day, can you remake this? Can you help me? You know? Because he wants to do something with him. So turns out Linguini has this fucking weird mechanism where you pull on his hair and you can puppeteer him.
Oh yeah.
Weird ass motherfucker. But not that helps like Remy puppeteer using his skills in like his innate sense of cooking to help Linguini, who's a fucking like dumbass, can't cook for shit. Somehow helped him get the girl too. Like, oh boy, yeah. Literally like, just kiss already, push them, and then oh my god, we're kissing already, and now we're fucking girlfriend, boyfriend, you know. That happened. It's France, you know, it's the fucking city of love, you know. And also like the main thing is just that anybody can cook is like a really good message. It's a very underdog story. The food looks amazing. The main antagonist technically is both the ex-owner of the Gusteau franchise and the critic who will come and like judge. Linguini is the famous son of Gusteau. Can he match up to his level, or is Gusteau's supposed to be retired? But yeah, so Linguini revealed to him after everybody left that Remy was the one that's a master chef here. I'm just the waiter today. And they ran and opened a second shop called Ratatouille after that, after they closed up, because obviously the rat infestation was like a fucking prominent thing. It's like in the end, all the chefs leave because Remy, Linguini told them, a rat is why I have talent. The rat has talent, not me. And everyone was like, I can't accept this. I have too much pride on my hands. I can't compare to a fucking rat.
A rat?
It's a fucking rat. So like everybody is like, I'm a leave, and the girlfriend leaves. And the girlfriend is like stares at the fucking the cookbook of Gusteau. It's like, anyone can cook behind the mind, you know. It's like, I'm gonna turn back for my bitch. And then once he comes in, it's like, oh my god, rats are cooking everything. What the fuck is going on? But yeah, Ratatouille is amazing. Beautiful
Yes.
film. Music is beautiful. The fucking
Yeah,
message is
yeah.
beautiful. And again, like
So
it's like,
many.
I think it's his all-time amazing. You have to watch this film.
Yes, it's so memorable also. Like, this movie came out in 2007. I was 2 years old.
Damn.
Yeah.
2007. Impossible. I was like,
yeah.
crazy. Yeah, Ratatouille is amazing, by the way. Even like as a kid, I loved it. Now I still say I love it. So you guys have to watch it. So if I say you have to watch it, it's all time.
Yes. Agreed.
Cap. All right. Put it there on all time, Apple. Let's go. Do you have any particular thoughts that I haven't said up like yourself?
One of my
about
favorite
Ratatouille?
scenes are definitely like the critique guy. Like his
Mhm.
flashback moment when he ate the ratatouille, you know.
Yeah.
The mother, who is it? The mother?
Yeah, the mother is
right?
like,
Is cooking.
because Ratatouille is technically a poor man's food. You just cut up everything that's
yeah,
available
it's like
and serve it.
vegetables.
Yeah,
It's
but
mostly-
the
it's all
way that's
vegetables.
presented
Yeah.
is very nostalgic. Everybody's like,
It looks so
it.
delicious.
It's like the fucking like the ex owner was like, I can't say. They were nodding. Okay, they were just nodding at the food. All right.
Oh my god.
Yeah. So that scene was pretty good, and then everybody now is like using that as a meme. I think, if I'm not mistaken, it's
Yeah,
one
yeah,
of those
it
memes
is.
from Ratatouille.
It's one of those.
Yeah, all time. Watch it, please. Next film. Another
Wall-E.
incredible film. Okay, Wall-E. I love Wall-E. It's so good. It's about what if robots have feelings. Yeah. And you didn't say rats had feelings just now. Robots have feelings now. So Wall-E is about a world where what if we just did not do any like climate change or like we just let the world burn.
Yeah, and
Just
went to a
abandon it.
spaceship.
Yeah, just abandon it. Let's go to space.
Went to
Fuck the world, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's literally the film about over capitalism fucking over the world, because B&H is
Climate
basically
change.
fucking Amazon and Walmart or whatever the hell. They make everything, they sell anything, they make cupcakes in a cup. What the hell? And they also made everybody fat, so you know.
Yeah.
So here's the thing. Wall-E is about Wall-E being a robot who just generally really likes culture, you know, but obviously culture is dead during this time in Earth. But he just likes collecting all this stuff. Like his favorite thing is this just random as MP.MP4 about like a movie climax of like a musical, and they're like a girl, a boy falling in love, dancing and singing to each other. Yeah, he's a romantic. He wants to find robot love. So one day he finds like Eve. Eve is technically just E.V.Eve. He's the code name. Right? But Eve came in, their whole point was that they want to find living life on planet Earth, which they found a plant, coincidentally before Eve came in, right? So the whole thing was that Eve wasn't that particular about Wall-E. Like, who the hell is this? He's not part of my operative. I don't give a fuck about this guy. But Wall-E was like, oh my god, she's gorgeous. Sheesh. And then like tried to chase, and then he kept fucking up very, very like charismatically every time. Like one day trying to like confess to her, but getting run over by shopping carts, which is a fucking funny as shit. And like making a little like trash doll of Eve, very cute, you know. And then like teaching Eve about culture and what his favorite stuff and everything, and then accidentally shows her the plant, and she just shuts down, traps the plant in, and then BAM! It's like, Eva, what happened? Basically. This whole film is amazing because the main characters are pretty much silent characters. They don't say anything. They don't have actual words. All they say is like, Eva. Like the voice actors are fucking amazing, I'm telling you. Like, holy shit, man.
The emotion in those few.
Yeah, like
Eva.
at this point, Pixar was at their peak. Holy fucking shit, man. It's fucking amazing. And then like, okay, the whole thing was that the humans are in space, right? After like, let's say centuries of being there, the children were born and everything. They were living on like fucking automated seats. They were literally like, if your gaming chair was floating everywhere, you didn't even have to walk. No wonder. Their bones were degraded, they're fat, they literally can't move. Well, two of the main human characters we see is like, oh my god, We can walk, we can talk, we can hold hands. Incredible! What the fuck? But yeah, everything happens because Wall-E was there. Wall-E was like the most out of this world character for everyone on the ship, and it's amazing. The whole goal of the film was, we want to bring this planet to the Axiom, which is the ship they're on, and get the humans back on Earth and fucking make the Earth, which is a pretty good. That's really all the story is about. It's a very freaking romantic film. It's a silent film deep down. It's pretty much a silent film. The humans talk, but everyone else, the main characters don't. Wall-E and Eve, or the major robots, don't fucking speak. It's amazing. Watch it, please. Yeah. I rate it as all time. I don't know.
All time? Alright.
I would say it's all time. Like, Incredibles is really good, but I don't think you have to watch it. Wall-E is like, if you don't watch this, I feel like you're missing something. That this is great film. This is great cinematography.
Yeah. I agree. Wall-E's cute, yeah.
Wall-E? Okay, here's the hot take. Like, I'm thinking, Up is not all time.
Really?
Why do I say this? Alright. Up's first 10 minutes is all time. After that, it's awesome. It's not all time. Now, why do I say this?
I guess I can agree.
You understand, right? Everybody agrees that the fucking moment with Ellie and, like, I forgot the name of the main character
dude.
already. Don't call him old man. What the hell? But he's the boxy old man guy. Okay, let's look at Carl Fredricksen, right? So Carl and Ellie's whole story is so childlike, so wonderful, so like fantastical. It's a very realistic romance that's set in like the 50s or the 40s, right? They are so cute together. We see them since they first met all the way till one passes away.
Married, yeah.
And the music was written so well. It's a silent film, that whole portion. Outside of like the kid talking like travel the world or whatever, to paradise or whatever. I forgot the like slogan for like traveling they had in the film. But the point is that those first 15 minutes, it's masterful. Everyone cried. Most people cried. Some people who are not humans, you guys didn't cry. Okay, you guys aren't humans. You guys are fucking weirdos. If you are normal or like empathetical, you will cry. All right, because like you feel for them. Because like main thing, these two have been like child, like they lovebird. Like I'm not saying how lovebird. Like they were like very close since kids. They decided to marry each other. One came from a very stoic family. One came from a very like free, like redneck as fuck family. They married together, but they wanted children. They wanted to travel the world for one, but obviously they didn't really need that when after a certain point of life where they were like very satisfied with their life, right? One was a balloon seller. One is a zookeeper. Pretty fine. Then they decided we want kids. They moved on to the point of life where they want kids. They can't conceive. Ellie can't conceive.
So sad.
So it's so sad. Like the transition from like dream, like, oh my god, let's design and paint the fucking baby room, and then to like depressing, you don't get a child. What the fuck?
So sad.
Everybody's like dies inside.
Dies inside.
Yeah, they like dies inside. Oh my god, my heart sank. So like after that, you feel like Ellie was like literally contemplating. But after that, they picked themselves up. Obviously, Carl was there for her the whole time. But eventually, you also see the transition from like when they were younger, the first start of their love, right? Where Carl was keeping up with Ellie the whole time. Ellie was the like rambunctious, upbeat girl. But when they got older, Ellie was the one that's keeping up. She couldn't keep up after that. And then obviously, she was the first one to pass away between these two couples. Which is sad. It hits hard. Carl was like fucking like devastated. So when we see the starting scene of the actual film, Carl's like living a mundane as fuck life. He's like, what am I doing anymore? And what he decides to fucking do, right? Everybody was developing around him. This whole nice town becomes a city. So he was the one fucking building where he didn't want to change. He didn't want to sell, didn't want to move, didn't want to go to a retirement home. Fuck y'all. I'm a balloon seller. I'm gonna make my fucking house fly. So that's where Up comes in, right? So the reason why I say it's awesome and not all time is because after that, the film is a decent romp. But it's not all time, right? I would say Ratatouille and Wall-E is like you have to watch the whole film. because the whole film is a very fucking full, rounded, and really beautiful film. Up, the first 50 minutes is amazing, and then after that it's pretty good. It's not amazing, it's pretty good. It's better than Toy Story 2, but it's not better than Incredibles, Wall-E, or even Ratatouille, I think. Right? Maybe better than Incredibles. We can debate on that. But I think it's just awesome. It's not top. It's very high. That's where I put it.
The ending of Up really slips out of my mind sometimes. Like the peacock and the old man, another old man, then the dog.
The thing about the twist of like quote unquote twist villain, where the hero turns out to be the villain because he wants to find the bird, right? Which, Kevin, I understand that's a very, very convincing story, but in the end it doesn't sink as hard because like the fucking opening was so good that the movie itself doesn't live up to the opening anymore.
Yeah.
From what I can say. And y'all can disagree with me on that, but I'm telling you, it kind of makes sense, right? So here's the ending is like, yes, I 100% agree with like the kid Russell and Carl's relationship being able to mend the loss that Ellie has made, like left there for Carl. But it just doesn't hit as hard. It's a pretty good, it's a very good resolution. Doesn't hit as hard because the action scene was pretty good, but the villain it's okay, it's just
it's okay.
The villain's just okay.
Aside, yeah.
I feel like Pixar films do the best when it's introspective. It's something about them internally that makes them change, compared to like a villain. A villain doesn't change the whole thing. That's how I feel.
Yes. Like, I feel like some of these films can be like really, really good even without a villain.
Exactly.
You don't always have to have a villain in your story. Is it better than Incredibles though?
I rate it above Incredibles, but it depends on you here.
You rate it above?
I rate it above. Incredibles is an awesome watch, but Up is just like Up is a fuller picture because the opening is just way too good for you to not watch.
Yes.
Incredibles, there's not one part of the whole film where I tell you like you have to watch this part.
True.
Right? Incredibles is incredible, but it's not like you have to watch it,
Incredibles is incredible. Okay.
She's debating on this.
Okay, wait. I'll agree on you on that then. Alright. Okay, let's move on. Toy Story 3.
Alright. Toy Story 3 is the best Toy Story film currently. Now, y'all literally know that. I'm pretty sure nobody's gonna fucking argue with me on that. Now, I will argue with you guys on why Toy Story 4 is not as bad as you guys think. But Toy Story 3 is the pinnacle of like the Andy saga, quote unquote, right? Where Andy has grown up. He's going to college. He's leaving his toys behind. Now, what happens? Initially, Andy wants to just put him in the fucking attic. But everybody assumed that Andy didn't want to keep him in the attic because mom accidentally put him in the trash. Stupid mom. And now everybody's like, Andy doesn't want us anymore. We just leave. And then they go to a fucking like preschool thinking,
daycare.
We'll be played every day. Oh my god. It
that was like torture.
Yeah, turns out the fucking school is a fucking dictatorial like communist society. Hey, ruled by one guy, okay? Ruled by one guy.
Yeah,
so like
Lotso the bear.
Lotso the bear is pretty horrendous. He's a very good villain. He's a very good villain.
Yeah, he's a good villain.
So the big thing is like this whole place looks like Sunnyside the school, right? It looks like a sunny place, but everyone after school is like dictatorship. You cannot do anything. And the whole climax of the story was like, now they can't handle this place. They thought this place was good, but now they can't. They want to go back to Andy. And eventually they find a new owner, but that's not where we are right now yet. They want to go back to Andy is the main goal. But this place is like a fucking jail, man. This is a jail escape movie. and Buzz becomes Spanish for some reason. Anyways,
Oh yeah.
yeah. So the climax was that they were confronted by Lotso to not leave. You all know the film. I don't have to go too deep into this. It's fucking amazing. You have to watch it. The whole point
What
is
am I?
the whole climax. We'll go talk the climax first. Andy gets back the toys, right? But here, Andy still needs to contemplate. Do I really want to just leave them in the attic? Or can I do something else with them? He was thinking of only bringing Woody to college because, again, Woody is his favorite toy of all time. But he decides to, a suggestion by Woody, technically he wrote a note, right, for them, for Andy. So, donate them or like pass them on to Bonnie. And Bonnie is one of the children from the school, and she really like she accidentally but really loves Woody in this film as a toy to like supplement the others, right? So it's like wow, Woody's quite nice. And then she ends up accepting from Andy with a very heartfelt like rundown on what
so sweet.
Andy thinks of these toys and how he's like characterized them throughout his playtimes. And then eventually, like, man, every fucking memory hits you as a Toy Story fan. Or even if you're not just a Toy Story fan, even if you're just a fan knowing the feeling of having toys where you have to pass on, it hits like a fucking truck. And then you see Woody. Woody wasn't supposed to be there because Andy wanted to go with Woody, but Woody, decided to fall into the box. And Andy reluctantly but acceptingly and lovingly passes him to Bonnie. This is where Toy Story 4 will come in later. But passes him to Bonnie and said, please take care of my best friend. So that film hits so hard for everybody because like, so long, old pal. Y'all know the line, y'all know it. And then freaking Spanish, you are the friend in me, happens in the credits, Yeah, so amazing film, amazing must watch, fucking all time. But really, it's hard to say all time because you have to watch the film series to say it. So I would say it's awesome. As a Pixar fan, this is an all-time film. As a regular film buff, it's an awesome film. Not a must-watch. You have to watch the first two to get the fucking full hit of the film.
One of my favorite scenes in Toy Story 3 was when they're about to get burned in the incinerator. The charge. No, not the Hamilton.
Go back to Hamilton. Let's go. No, anyway.
We did like how many hours of that?
Howdy. Yeah. So the claw happened and they were saying, it was amazing. They accepted their fates when they were in the incinerator.
Yeah. That's why I really liked it.
Because Lotso motherfucking bear went and betrayed their asses, bitch ass.
It's fine. He had some karma. He got strapped on in the truck there. Yeah.
I don't think that's enough, but yeah. I rate it awesome above up.
Yes, totally agree. I agree.
Alright, so that is it for the tier list. How does it stop fucking moving it, lol? Apple has a fidgeting habit here, I'm telling you.
I feel like if you see on the podcast or later when you're editing, like my camera here that's capturing me, I'm like moving around a lot. For real. I'm spinning around my chair.
Oh my god. You can see everything I'm doing, but I can't see what she's doing because she's doing to record. But yeah. So here's our tier list. Ratatouille and WALL-E, you must watch if you're a film buff. If you're not even if you're not a fan of Pixar, watch it. Awesome is like our recommendation for any Pixar fan. You have to watch those films. If you're a film buff, you can watch them, but you don't have to. Because like Toy Story 3, you have to watch the series to say anything. Coco is good, but again, if you just don't watch cartoons, then you don't have to watch it, And like that's how we rate the things, right? And then Flop by Man is like literally too mid to talk about, or is like, what are these? You don't have to watch it. You really don't have to watch it at all. Fuck Lightyear, Enjoyable but flawed is like if you want to have a good time, you can. You will have a good time. It's just that you really don't have to watch them at all, And everything in between is everything in between. So that's our tier list for Pixar. This has been a long episode. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode and our takes. These are all pretty nostalgic for most people, and I'm pretty sure you guys can accept a little spoilers, right? Lightyear. I actually didn't bother to spoil anything on Lightyear because Lightyear is Lightyear. Fuck Lightyear. We're going to thank Alpaca. I'm gonna put like a fucking like screenshot here. He has donated again this month for $20. Thank you very much for supporting our podcast. Amazing. We hope you have enjoyed this episode. And we had a lot of fun making it, but we're tired of shit right now. So please sign us off, Apple, that person.
Apple, that person. Yeah, so that's it for today's episode on Too Much Free Time podcast. I'm Apple.
And I'm Snivy.
Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next week. Bye.
Bye bye. I'm not gonna die yet, alright? Bye bye. Bye bye. Bye bye. Hope you have fun, alright? Bye bye.